Hello and welcome back. In the last video, we went through our document and made sure all of our images and tables had alt tags, as well as making our hyperlinks more accessible to screen readers. So in this video, I'm going to make sure to go through the rest of my error lists. Here we have a no header row specified for our table and some blank characters throughout the document. So why don't we go ahead and fix those areas. I'll click on Table to see where the issue lies, and basically what this is saying, and if you notice too in this accessibility checker, it tells you the issue and if you scroll down and how to fix it. So if at any point you don't feel like going back through the videos, just read this area. It's somewhat clear. Sometimes it could be a little confusing, but it tells you how to fix it, which is great, which is select the table and highlight the top header rows. There's a really quick and easy way I could show you how to go about this. Basically what it's saying is that this isn't a heading, just like what we did here to make these all listed in the headers. I'm going to select the table itself, and you'll notice that it has a table tool, design, and layout. If you originally made this table with one of these styles, you should be just fine. You wouldn't have to worry about any kind of error. But since we made it without one originally, I'm going to go to Layout and choose Repeat Header Rows. This way it'll make it all headings. Oh, it looks like it saved a heading style, so I'm going to undo that. Go back up to my table, select it, go to Layout, and choose Repeat Header Rows. Once I did that, you'll notice that warning is now gone. So it made all these headings and make it very clear for a screen reader to read. So our last step now is repeating blank characters. It doesn't like blank areas. It's just not needed, and it makes it harder to tab through. For this, you'll see it highlights it, any area that's blank that we don't need. All we need to do is hit delete. Once I do that, it gets rid of it. So you would simply go through, click on the character, hit delete. Go through, delete. And just continue this throughout the document. I'm going to pause the video and hit delete all these areas. Okay, so I went through the document and I deleted all the areas of unnecessary spaces, and now you can see in my accessibility checker they're all gone. We're very close to being finished at this point. So there's only one more area, and that's check reading order of a certain table. So I'm going to click on that table and it brings me to the table with the errors. So this is my weekly breakdown of all my assignments, and they want to make sure that every table is in order and it's easy for the student just to click tab and jump through each area. So to make sure this is completely accessible, I'm going to select the table by clicking on this little, looks like a little four-way arrow here to select the entire area. I'm going to go up to the two areas, the design and layout tabs, just like what we did with the last table, very similar. I'm going to click on design, and I'm going to first choose a style so that I know it won't have any issues with the style itself. So I'm going to click on whichever one looks good. I kind of like this one, so I'm going to choose that. But it's saying to me I still have some errors, and these should be kind of familiar because we did this with the previous tables. That's missing alt text. Remember, we have to give a name and a description to the title, and it needs a header up top here. So let's go ahead and do that. Notice too, when I did that different formatting, I got rid of that color that was here. It was a green background and red text. I still don't like the red text because that could be hard for some people to read, but a green background and red text would be very, very difficult for those with colorblind issues. So always try to remember to stick to black text and a white background. If you can't do that for some reason, make sure they're just really high contrast for those with colorblind issues can read it very easily. So now let's take care of the alt text. Hit Table, right click, Table Properties, and it already by default went to alt text because we did that last. So this is our course schedule, so I'm going to write that in our title and give it a description. Alright, I'm just going to say weekly assignments and deadlines. So now it'll have a description. Click OK, and there you go, that error is now gone. So the last thing is this part needs to be a header. Okay, click on the table, going to go up to the Layout tab and choose Repeat Header Rows. Once I do that, everything is all done. Now you'll see no accessibility issues found. People with disabilities should not have difficulty reading this document. So we're finished. Everything is accessible. The only areas, as I mentioned before, are the red. I would make sure that these are in fact black, just to make sure those with colorblind issues won't have any problems reading this text. Let me just scroll through to make sure everything looks good. One last item here. I know it doesn't say there's an accessibility issue, but just as a tip from experience, anything that is highlighted in yellow, that won't be screen reader accessible. It doesn't recognize any kind of color, so it can't be of emphasis. So if you need this to have emphasis, I would suggest to get rid of the highlight and just simply bold it. It can read bolding. So again, if you have any areas of emphasis in your document, make sure to use bold or italics, not a color, because those with colorblind issues may not recognize it, and screen readers certainly wouldn't be able to read it. So as I mentioned in the first video, that sans serif fonts are the easiest to read online, so I would make sure to select everything. I'm just going to hit Control-A as an apple, and I'm going to choose Calibri, because I find that to be one of the easier fonts to read. So everything now is set to Calibri. Everything we did, all the editing is saying it's good to go. So I could save this just as a Word document if I want, or if you prefer a PDF, just go to File, Save as an Adobe PDF, say yes, and your document is all ready. So thank you for watching these videos. I hope that now you can make all your Word documents ADA accessible, easy for screen readers to read. It's actually just a few steps, and once you have it done, you have a template made. And I would always make your documents from that original document so you know it's ADA accessible. In the next series of videos, I'm going to show you a PDF file that has some issues. I'll use the same document, but show you how you can go fix it using Adobe Acrobat. Thank you.